filed a motion to increase your bond. Defense, have you had a chance to review the motion?
I have, Your Honor.
And are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, State, do you have any witnesses?
We don't have any witnesses, Judge. I just have argument from based on the violation reports. This is the fourth violation report, Judge, and on the first page of my motion, there was a violation report.
Just one moment. Could you pull the violation report on Karen Garnica for me, please?
I have it, Judge.
Thank you. All right, State.
So, Your Honor, what we're asking for is for the bond to be raised to $100,000 with full house arrest GPS. The reason we're asking for that is this is the fourth violation report, Judge. On the first violation report, which was filed May 17th of 2023, the defendant was continued on ignition interlock. Just a little less than half a month later, on the 30th of May, there was a second violation report where the bond was increased from, I believe it was $35,000 to $50,000 and continued on ignition interlock. And then a month later, in June of 2023, there was a third violation report. The defendant was supposed to continue with no driving, in-home breathalyzer, and add drug and alcohol testing random. This is the fourth violation report, Judge, and so the reason for this violation report is non-compliance with the random drug and alcohol testing with diluted samples. So it appears to the state that the defendant is not complying with the conditions of her bonds. We're asking that her bond be raised. We're asking for the addition of the full house arrest GPS, Your Honor. This is, the code says you can set reasonable conditions of bonds to protect the community. And so that's what we're asking for, Judge.
All right. Any objections to the court reviewing the violation reports, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. So the court will note the first violation report. She was continued. That was signed by Judge Nahara, and that was on May 18th, 2023. And that violation report was due to the failure to enroll ignition interlock. Then the second violation report, which was signed by Judge Nahara, there was a bond increase of $50,000, and the issue was failure to enroll in ignition interlock. Then the third violation report was signed by Judge Nahara, and that was from June 22nd, 2023. And the issue was high BRAC readings. And so that was to continue with no driving, in-home breathalyzer, and drug and alcohol testing. And now we're here on the fourth violation report, and the issue is non-compliance with testing. All right, counsel.
Yes, Your Honor. May I ask her? Yes, witness.
Sure. Can you raise your right hand for me, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand. Make sure you keep your voice up. State your name for the record.
Karen Garnica.
All right.
Ms. Garnica, you heard the first violation about the issue. Can you tell us what was happening at that time?
I do not have a vehicle to install the interlock
And why was that?
because I have just crashed my truck.
And my understanding is that you had another vehicle under your name?
Yes, I did a favor to a friend and I took out a car under my name, but he's the one paying all the bills.
So he paid the bills, insurance and all that, and all that
Yes.
stuff?
I'm
So-
sorry, you're gonna have to speak up and slow down. I can't understand your questions,
I'm
counsel.
saying that. So you don't drive that vehicle as well?
No,
So you haven't driven any vehicle since then, correct?
no.
And can you tell us what was happening at the time where the bond were raised to 50,000? When we went to the judge, and the bonds were raised to 50,000.
The second violation was also because I do not have a car and I couldn't install the internet.
And did you fix that?
Yes,
How did you fix it?
we gave me a portable breathalyzer
And when did they give you the portable breathalyzer?
on June 10th.
And have you had any issues with that since then?
At the beginning, because I had never used one, so I didn't know certain foods and drinks will make it a false positive.
I'm sorry, what?
Because I didn't have experience with the breathalyzer, so I didn't know that certain foods and drinks would cause a false positive.
And what foods, drinks were you taking at the time?
The very first time I had eat a grilled cheese sandwich, and apparently the cheese and hot bread will cause a false positive.
And were you also drinking energy drinks such as Ghost and Powerade and?
Yes, I drank pre-workout.
And have you been drinking those drinks since then?
No,
And regarding the last violation of 2 diluted sample, What did they tell you about that?
That I drank too much water before taking the test, so it came out too diluted, and it was suspicious.
Okay, and when did they tell you that?
February, and it was the very first time also I had taken the UA.
And
I'm sorry.
when did you do that?
No, she didn't hear what you said.
Okay, when did you take those drinks?
No. What you just said, repeat it.
Oh, the very first time when I took the UA, they told me I had drank too much water. On the 9th also, I believe it was 3 times.
Okay, and were there any consequences because of that?
No.
Did you have to come more
Oh,
than one
yes,
time?
I'm sorry, yes.
Did you have to come more than one time to San Antonio to be tested?
Yes, I'm testing weekly now,
Okay, when did that start?
on the 9th.
Okay, and are you currently working right now?
Yes, almost 4 years.
And what do you do with the monies that you earn from your?
I help out with the rent and the bills at home,
How much do you pay for the rent yourself?
625,
And for the waters and utilities and electric, how much do you?
around like 150.
And what are you asking the court to do today?
To please keep things how we have them.
Why?
Because if I get in house arrest, I might lose my job and I won't be able to help out my parents with the rent.
Okay, and you haven't engaged in any criminal activity since then? Since you heard, Judge?
Oh, any questions?
Yes, ma'am. And so you're saying your testimony to the court is that the false positives were due to a grilled cheese sandwich, energy drinks, and too much water.
Yes.
Okay, I pass the witness, Judge.
All right, any other questions?
Judge, so we have no more questions for the witness.
All right, the court will hear argument. State.
Your Honor, this is the 4th violation report. We believe this bond increase in the GPS full house arrest is necessary to protect the public. With the alleged offense is intoxication assault. These violations reports, I believe, show continued behavior and also escalating behavior. And I don't find it particularly credible that grilled cheese sandwiches, energy drinks, and too much water caused all 4 of these violations, Your Honor. So that's why we're asking for the increase in the bond amount and the full house arrest GPS, Your Honor.
Your Honor, I would ask for the court to consider what the Ms. Garnica said. She said she didn't know. She ate a grilled sandwich, but most important, she said that she was drinking power drinks and energetic drinks as well. And those contain a derivative of alcohol. She stopped drinking those things. And concerning the interlocks, she had a portable device. She would finally issue one. She hasn't engaged in any criminal activity whatsoever. She has tried to remain as compliant as possible. I understand. I don't think this is the case where it's warranted to go with the orders what the state's asking. I will ask the court to keep it the same. I don't want her to lose her job. Her family depends on the job, and she's already going weekly, coming weekly to San Antonio for the testing. I think that should be enough. That's all I have.
All right, so state, wouldn't this be solved, the issues be solved with full house arrest?
Sure, Your Honor. Yep, over.
All right, what I'm seeing before me, counsel, is continued violations.
Judge, if I may,
Yes.
on the first 2, Your Honor, there was a hearing, I believe with Judge Najera, but there was an issue with the portable device, went back and forth trying to get the bond. I don't think that those should be held against her. And the latest ones, power drinks, stuff like that, she did admit that she didn't know about it, but now she knows about it. So I would ask for the court just to keep it the same, Your Honor. If she needs to come twice, 3 times a month, I think she's already coming once. I think that in itself it's a sanction. I would hate for her to lose her job, Your Honor.
All right, I'm going to put on full house arrest. I'm not going to increase the bond. Is there anything else?
That's all I have, Your Honor.
All right, thank you.
You're welcome. Have any discuss?
Yes. You entered a plea on January 17th, a no contest plea. You applied for deferred adjudication. The court found there was sufficient evidence to find you guilty. According to the plea bargaining agreement, punishment is to be assessed at 2 years in the prison. The state opposes your application for community supervision or deferred adjudication. They will be taken in consideration 2022 CR 8568. And there's to be restitution of $2,000 to Wayne Biotto, who is the complainant in 2022 CR 8568. Have both parties had a chance to review the PSI report, State?
Yes, Your Honor.
Defense?
Yes.
And Mr. Adame, it's 2 years in the state jail facility. I know I said prison, but it's the state jail facility. Any objections to the PSI report, State? Defense?
No.
All right, according to the plea bargain agreement, the state is opposed. Does anyone have any witnesses, State?
Do not have any witnesses.
Defense?
No, I would just like to allocate.
All right. All right, defense?
Your Honor, Mr. Adame is very remorseful about what happened to his daughter. He, as you are aware of the facts, he allowed homeless cousins to stay with him. And subsequently, his daughter used the same bedroom that she had been in and ingested drugs that the cousin had left there. He called the mother of the child rather than calling an ambulance or the police, but an ambulance was then called. And anyway, he's extremely remorseful about what happened. He really wanted to wear street clothes today to honor you, but I didn't feel like the court would be willing to use the resources for a case that was involving a trial when you already have another trial going on. His fiance is at Haven for Hope, and as you read in the PSI, he plans to go there if you grant him probation. He's already set up classes for them both. He's already on the paperwork. He's going to take parenting classes, living skills classes. That she says they've got a great caseworker that they're going to be working with, and that based on all of those, the support that they're going to have, she doesn't feel that they'll be able to. She feels like he will be successful. He's going to have a job with, and they're going to supply him work clothes and training. And Mr. Adame is willing to do any condition that you would like to place on him to be able to be on probation.
Who is the complainant in all of these cases? The assault bodily injury married that was dismissed and refiled. Who's the complainant on that case?
That was my ex-girlfriend.
And who's the complainant on the violation bond or protective order?
That was my ex-girlfriend.
And who was the complainant on the continuous violence case that you got deferred adjudication for?
From 2014.
2013.
That was my first baby mom, my first girlfriend. With my
And
two
then the assault second from 2016, it was dismissed for missing witness. Who was the complainant on that?
That was her. She had followed false accusations on me.
No, I'm just trying to figure out who it is. I'm not accepting any of this as true. It says witness dismissed for missing witness. I'm just trying to figure out who the complainant was. And then in 2021, who was the complainant on that?
That was my ex-girlfriend.
All right. And then the unauthorized use of a vehicle that the state is taking in consideration. What's that about?
I had bought a vehicle off of Marketplace, off of Facebook, and they were starting with no bond, with no title. And I was gonna get a title bond for it because I've done a title bond before for another vehicle. And they were gonna email me the paperwork and who I bought it from. And then later on that night, I got pulled over and I tried telling the cops that I have the messages on my phone to show them. And they didn't give me a chance to show the messages. They just arrested me and put me in the back of the car, and my sister's boyfriend ended up picking up myself out in the door.
All right, court will hear argument. State.
Your Honor, based on the allegations, in this case, this case involves the defendant's daughter ingesting methamphetamine and waking up to hallucinations while being in the defendant's care and custody. With the allegations and with the defendant's background, Your Honor, we feel that it is not appropriate for the defendant to be out, and we feel that he is a danger not only to his daughter, but possibly to the rest of the public, Your Honor. So we would ask that you deny the defendant's application for the further adjudication in this case.
All right, defense.
Your Honor, I'll just reiterate what I already said, which is he was trying to help a cousin and his daughter wound up getting injured because of it. He knows he's responsible for her care and he's extremely remorseful. He loves his daughter and he would never intentionally hurt her. Please give him a chance to be a productive member of society.
All right. So according to the police report, and I always reread everything and read things, of course, when I'm taking the plea. It states that Jessica stated that Manuel had picked up the daughter from her home on October 15th because they had joint custody. She video chatted with her daughter on Saturday and everything was fine. Jessica then woke up Sunday at 8:30 to find a text message from Manuel stating that their daughter, who I believe was 8, was having hallucinations. And he said the reason why she was having hallucinations was because of a scary movie they watched the night before. Jessica then called Manuel and asked if he would drop her off, and he stated that he would. She changes her mind and said, because she could hear things going on in the background, and she said, no, she's coming to get her. Jessica stated that as she was heading over there, she called to EMS to make the location, but because she was concerned on how her daughter was acting. Once there, she was told by the EMS that her daughter's vital signs were fine, and she was told by police that dispatch as well that they had a call earlier from someone screaming, but they could not. And Jessica states she was unsure how long their daughter was acting this way before Manuel decided to text her. Jessica then allowed me to read the rest of the text message between her and Manuel. Jessica stated that Manuel has a history of drug use and stated that one of the reasons she left him was because he started using cocaine. Jessica stated that Manuel did not want to call EMS, and that is why she called when she was on her way over there. She went on to say that EMS was finished. Manuel got into the car with her and asked to be dropped off down the street. He told her that he did not want police to run his name. And then there's a text message from Michelle, Manuel's cousin. She stated it was not Manuel who was at fault and it was someone else, and she would let her know who it was if she gave her the chance. She then received a later text. Michelle responded stating that she would be on her way. Michelle did not arrive at the hospital. All right. This is what the court is going to do. The court is going to deny your application. Court will find you guilty, sentence you to 2 years in the state jail facility, give you credit for any time served, take in consideration 2022 CR 8568, restitution of $2,000 to Wayne, Wayne, Beato, Biotto, and cause number 2022 CR 8568. I'm going to show you what's entitled Trial Court Certification of Defendant's Rights to Appeal. Did you review that with your attorney? Did you understand it and did you sign it?
Yeah.
Because this is a plea bargaining agreement, because I followed your plea bargaining agreement, you do not have the court's permission to appeal. Do you understand? Because this is a felony conviction, you're not allowed to own or possess any weapons or ammunition. If you have a question over what a weapon or ammunition is, you'll need to speak to an attorney. Do you understand? All right, if you would like, I can request that you be placed in the therapeutic community. The therapeutic community does not increase the time that you are in custody, but it will help you with drug issues that you have. Would you like that? All right, so I will put on here therapeutic community. We can go off the record. Mr. Adame, when you have children in your care, they're your responsibility. And the person who you're saying your child ingested their drugs, you should not have allowed that person around your child. When it comes to helping out people, yeah, it's great to help out people, but you don't help out people at the risk of your child. You understand? All right, good luck to you. And do you have the?
Does he get credit for all the time he's already been incarcerated?
Oh, yes, I gave him credit for any time served.